After eating the poisonous mushrooms, I genuinely felt like I'd transmigrated into a harem novel with no moral boundaries. 6 top-tier handsome men surrounded my hospital bed, yet I muttered with disappointment, "Only 6? Am I supposed to rest on Sunday?" The wealthy heir in front of me, Daniel, laughed bitterly, slowly loosening his tie. "If I'd known you'd be so bold, I shouldn't have been so gentle." Just hours earlier, I'd been rushed to the hospital after accidentally ingesting hallucinogenic mushrooms. After my stomach was pumped, my brain completely shut down, and I started imagining myself as the tragic heroine in a novel, and the Daniel in front of me was none other than the cold-blooded, domineering CEO who bought half a city for me. According to the plot, I was a cheap substitute for his first love, Wendy, locked in his apartment and tormented day and night. Then, the real white moonlight, Wendy, returned from overseas and even went so far as to push me down the stairs in a madcap act. At this very moment, I was sitting on my hospital bed frantically counting people. 1, 2, 3, 4. After counting twice, I burst into tears. Why were there only 6? The doctor beside me was sweating profusely, instructing everyone, "She's too deeply poisoned. Whatever she says, just go along with it." But I was completely immersed in the drama, grabbing Daniel's sleeve and wailing, "Sir, please let me go. Your soulmate has returned. Why keep me this substitute?" The room fell into a deathly silence. Time seemed to freeze. I pointed at my beloved Wendy and roared, "My name is Wendy Silver. I am silver. She is gold. I am not her substitute." Wendy stood to the side, looking embarrassed, even wanting to laugh. But I stared wide-eyed, even thinking that Daniel should be head over heels for a kind-hearted girl like me. After all, in novels, a domineering CEO of this caliber could transform into a jealous, adorable puppy after just one night's sleep. Daniel frowned, staring intently at me, and asked, "What's your name?" I declared, enunciating each word clearly. "I'm just a butler. Everything between us ends here." Upon hearing this, everyone around me stifled laughter, covering their faces and afraid to utter a sound. Only Wendy's parents looked ashen, fearing that Daniel was overreacting to my crazy woman act. Finally, Wendy couldn't hold back any longer and whispered in Daniel's ear, "These are all lines from a novel she wrote herself. Good luck, Daniel." I raised my sorrowful profile at a 45-degree angle, thinking this broken look would amaze everyone. But instead, everyone went to comfort the billionaire Daniel, completely ignoring me, the victim of poisoning. Then, Daniel forcibly took me back to the manor. As soon as we entered, I automatically switched to humble butler mode, tied on an apron, and rushed into the kitchen to frantically wash vegetables. The servants were terrified, thinking I had been subjected to some inhuman torture. But I knew in my heart that Daniel only saw me as a plaything, while Wendy was his saint. Following the typical novel trope, I had to escape. Running away was the essence of this plot. But as soon as I turned around, Daniel blocked the doorway, his eyes gleaming with amusement. I steeled myself, pressed my hand firmly against his chest, my voice trembling but resolute. "I know you think I'm cheap. Go find your Wendy. One day you'll be begging me to love you." I expected him to erupt in fury, but instead he smiled knowingly. I slammed the door shut and stormed out, frantically showering in the bathroom, only to realize I'd forgotten my pajamas. Just then, a knock sounded at the door. I tensed up, thinking he was about to pull some domineering CEO-style forced marriage act. But instead, he calmly brought me my pajamas. Seeing my wary expression, he even teased through the crack in the door, "What's wrong?"